Good, Good morning, everyone. Richard Taylor here, Cupertino, California. Oh, let me turn that off a second. Hold on 1 second. Good morning, everyone. Richard Taylor. There, we're back. I'm monitoring some things on the internet, and of course, it feeds back through the microphone. I turn it off, and for some reason, it comes back on. It unself mutes. I'm monitoring some things on. There we go. So we have, what do we have here this morning? Today is version 5, the fifth live video from FCPX Summit week. I know everybody's excited about what's going on. That, in my background, that's my tripod that I'll be using today when I do some live streaming and filming downstairs. So Thursday's agenda is they're going to have a keynote in the morning. Well, actually at noon is when it all starts. I got some video from last night. So we've got some comments. Pierre Barry says, I can't wait to have your comments. Well, there's no comments perhaps yet. We don't know yet what's going on. At least I don't. I like it that way because then I can talk about it. If I knew about things, I perhaps wouldn't. Any rumors so far? Well, there's rumors. I mean, there's rumors that something's going on. They've talked about showing us something, and whether or not we can share it with the public or not, we don't know yet. So we'll have to see how that goes. Let me just check one more thing here. I'm not sure what's going on here. Let me see what's going on. Oh, that's interesting. I can't launch Safari for some reason. Oh, that's annotate. Let me see. Quit that. And let's try this. Safari's being updated. That's weird. Anyway, we're back. So, Safari's being updated. It's very strange. So, we don't know exactly anything yet, but we will find out. Tomorrow is Apple Day. Tomorrow is the day we go to the Apple campus. Tomorrow is the day that we get a presentation from the Apple team starting in the afternoon or 12 o'clock. And 1 o'clock we go to the Apple Spaceship campus, and then we get to see an Apple presentation over at One Infinite Loop. So that's pretty cool. Let me just that's really bizarre. I'm having trouble launching Safari for some odd reason. I'm going to delete. Can I download Safari? I don't know how that works. But anyway, so let me upload Firefox then instead. So anyway, that's today. We're just going to have sessions. They're going to have the keynote session, and I'm not sure exactly what'll be going on as far as the sessions. I mean, they have a keynote that starts, and then we're going to be. I'll be following that as much as I can. Once again, some of the things I can do live, some of the things I cannot do live. So just keep that in mind. Let me just log on to. Heck with that. Some of the things I'm not going to be able to do live. But I'll do live as much as I can starting this morning. I think I'm going to be able to do a little bit of the keynote itself when they start at 12 o'clock. I'll be able to stream a little bit of that. That'll be, once again, I'm doing these videos sequentially. So this is number 5. I'm putting the number before the title so you know the latest one will be the highest number. So 6 will be this afternoon or around noon or so. So we had some people that showed up last night. Let me just see what we got here. So first thing you have to realize is Starbucks is right across the street. There's the Starbucks. And then right across the street is the Juniper Hotel. That's handy. That opens up at 5 o'clock in the morning for people that want to get their first jolt of coffee. I have mine. I already got my first cup. I'll make one more cup maybe before I go downstairs. We'll have to see how that works. And I'm going to grab something to eat in a little while. So Anders says, good morning, Richard. Good morning, Anders. How are you doing? I'm glad you guys could stop by this morning. And then we got another one that says, Mac Pro reveal, please. Well, I think we're going to see the Mac Pro today. I don't know if it's going to be made public yet. We'll have to see how that goes. It's certainly due. I mean, they said the fall. It's now the fall. The Final Cut Pro Creative Summit would be the perfect time to reveal that. So OGDC says, I'm very excited to see what Final Cut Pro 10.5 will offer. I hope to see more flexibility in the clip adjustments. There's a lot of places that Final Cut could be improved. We all know that. So there's no guarantee that they're going to make a public announcement about 10.5. We don't know yet. We don't know what's going to happen. My theory, based on my experience, is they're going to show us a new version of Final Cut. Whether or not, good morning, Justine, how you doing? Everybody hopes for 10.5. It's really due, okay? It's due. 10.4 was released 2 years ago at the summit. 22 months ago. It was previewed 22 months ago. It was released. It was previewed 2 years ago. It was released 22 months ago. It was released 24 months in December. So we'll have to see how that goes. I think they're going to show us a future version for sure. I don't know if it's going to be public or not. Don't know how that's going to work. Here's the hallway from the Juniper coming off the elevators. That's the hallway itself. Everybody says it looks like The Shining when those two little twin sisters show up. And I agree, it does. It does look like The Shining. It does look like The Shining. I agree with that. So we had some people. So Pierre says, any clue from Steve Martin about what? Pierre, he's not going to say anything. He probably, since he has tutorials out, like the day that 10.5 is released, he obviously has a heads up on that, but he's not going to say anything for sure. But I'm just saying they're not going to just show us 10.4.7. Wouldn't that be a bit silly of them? They're not going to do that. They're a great team. I really like the Final Cut Pro team. And I don't think they're just going to show us 10.4.7. That doesn't make any sense. So yesterday's show, so Justine says, hopefully it is. Spread the news wide. 22 months is a long enough time to pull the pin and launch 10.5. I agree with that. You know, 10.4.7 just came out recently, but they weren't just working on 10.4.7. They've been working on 10.5, and along the way to 10.5, they said, okay, we have this 10.4.7, which is metal. We'll release this now since the new Mac Pro is due at any point. We know that. The Mac Pro could be released today. Well, I'm saying released. It could go on sale. They've already announced it. They've already showed all the guts. They've already talked about it at the keynote. It's not a surprise. It's not a secret. It shouldn't be under NDA of any sort. Now, a version of Final Cut Pro running on the Mac Pro, that certainly could be under NDA. So, let's see. So, yesterday I got this, friends of mine, I got this funny post on Facebook. He says, Ryan Vellen and Mads says, we were able to, now we can in tennis, it's nice to be able to follow along here at the Metronome office in Copenhagen. You can see they have the live stream up there in the corner. In the middle, that was kind of funny. They're friends of ours from Copenhagen. How you doing? Mads and Ryan, thanks for tuning in yesterday. Hope you can tune in today as well. So Chris Hawking says they had to release 10.4.7 when they did because of Catalina. That certainly could be true, Chris. I mean, I'm sure you know that, but the point is that they weren't just working on 10.4.7, and then when 10.4.7's development stopped, then they worked on 10.5. They've been working on 10.5 for 22 months or longer. This is just a stop along the way. 10.4.7 was a stop along the way, and I'm glad they released 10.4.7 with Metal 2 and to be compatible with Catalina, absolutely. But they don't just start working on 10.5 after 10.4.7's out. They've been working on 10.5 all along, I'm quite sure. That makes complete sense. Chris Hawking is my friend. If you guys know him, he's a Final Cut Pro guy from Australia. He's the one that has Command Post, does Command Post. He's been on Final Cut Pro Radio TV quite a few times. So what else do we have here? Here's the elevator lobby. When I get off the lobby, they have the old-time telephone there. And there's the lobby area. I'm going to go down there. There's the desk. There's the place that's going to be, everybody's going to be congregated. They have food there in a microwave if you wanted to buy some of that stuff, and beverages, of course. There's the outside courtyard. And these are the rooms are to the right-hand side at this point. They're to the right-hand side. That's where we're going to have all the action today. So that's for those of you who can't be here or wouldn't be here. So Justine says, Justine's my friend from Africa, South Africa. I'm certain 10.5 was always going to be Catalina only, metal, and maybe 10.5 plus Blackmagic Raw. Everybody wants that. Everybody keeps talking about Blackmagic Raw. I absolutely expect Blackmagic Raw to be supported in Final Cut Pro 10. It makes absolutely no sense for it not to be. Now, what has to happen is Blackmagic Design and Apple have to come to an agreement on how that's going to be implemented. I would think that Blackmagic is going to make a plugin of some sort, and then you'll be able to edit Blackmagic Raw inside of Final Cut. They've already worked together on the eGPU, Blackmagic and Apple. App has already worked with Premiere, and they've already worked with Avid to get ProRes RAW on both of those things. Apple is actually writing the drivers to get Avid Media, some of the legacy problems that they had. Apple wrote the drivers, they said. In exchange, Avid is going to support ProRes RAW and Media Composer. Rob Fisher says, are you on Catalina already, Richard? No, I am not. I won't be probably till next year, maybe sometime in the spring. I might, if there's a reason I should be for Final Cut Pro, for a new version of Final Cut Pro, I certainly will update this. I'm on my 2019 MacBook Pro. It's an 8-core. I don't use the MacBook Pro except when I'm traveling. I use it all the time. I use it for email and stuff like that. It's not my main machine, so I certainly can update this, but I will do a full, complete backup with Carbon Copy Cloner or something else of my existing setup, which is, what is it? Let me see what version it is. It is Mojave 1014.6. So that's what it is right now on this MacBook Pro. So we had some friends over. I mean, some people stopped in last night. Chris Fenwick was here. Let me see if I can. Some other people. Philippe showed up.
Do you use this? Touch it. Oh, I see.
I'm just demoing to Chris the Zoom capabilities of the new iPhone here, showing how you can zoom in live. Of course, that's digital and it's all grainy there.
And that's while it's recording. Yeah, that's cool.
Now, I was really tired last night. I mean, I was on East Coast time, so I was very, very tired when I got here. I'm 3 hours ahead. My body is, so I came up and after we were together down in the lobby, and I went to bed early. I went to bed like at maybe 8 o'clock, got up at 3, something like that. I've been up for a while. I'm an early riser anyway, so that itself is not a surprise. So what else do we have going on? So today I don't expect any news, although I would not be surprised if the Mac Pro comes out. That would not surprise me in the least if the Mac Pro actually comes out today. They did the 2016 MacBook Pro the day before the summit, before the Apple presentation at the Final Cut Pro Summit in 2016. They did it the day before. They certainly could. The Mac Pros, whatever the reason they're waiting, maybe they're tying up a few loose ends. Maybe the manufacturing isn't up to snuff yet. They want to get a lot of these Mac Pros out. I very likely will not be buying one until probably 2020. I'll wait till 2020 to make sure any bugs are not available in it and stuff. I don't want the one with bugs in it if there are any. Rob Fisher says it's good that I bought an SSD for exactly that scenario. That's a scenario of cloning your current drive, Mojave or whatever you're using, before you update the Catalina. There's no rush for me to update the Catalina at this point. I don't have any need to do that. So there's a question in YouTube. Does Apple ask filmmakers who make Apple TV Plus original content to be edited in Final Cut Pro? I bet you there's some discussion there, but everybody seems to think that everything's being, because it's Hollywood, most things are being cut on Avid. It would not surprise me. I don't think Apple's going to make them. If they want the content, I mean, does Netflix make people work on a certain NLE? I don't think so. I had to mute my microphone a second. I don't think they do, but it's not going to surprise me if eventually a lot of the content, some of the content is already being cut in Final Cut Pro. We know that. Look, it's already done. It's already done film. It's already done television. Metronome uses it over in Copenhagen. Rob Fisher says, I also did get to bed yesterday after 24 hours awake. I was done. I wasn't awake 24 hours, but... So this year LumaTouch is going to be here. LumaFusion, if you guys know that on the iPad, they're a platinum sponsor this year. They've been on Final Cut Pro Radio several times. Just had them on again recently. They're very popular. People like that. LumaFusion is a great app. I don't want Apple to buy LumaFusion. LumaFusion is developing fine the way it is. Everybody wants Final Cut Pro on the iPad. I'm not sure how that would look. Maybe a beefed up version, maybe of iMovie Pro or something like that, just so you can cut on it and transfer it to Final Cut. But that's coming in LumaFusion 2.1, I think. They're going to certainly demo it tonight or Friday night with the Expo night. They're going to demo it there for sure. Here's one more video. Oh, here's one more video from the lobby last night.
Right now, I'm using just the native app because of the ability to change the lenses. I have that.
You like it? It's awesome.
Try changing the lens in it. 4 clicks.
I agree with you.
4 clicks. So far. So far.
Not only that, right now they are coming in November. They're coming with the photo app.
Okay.
This is from last night. We gathered, people are here a little bit early. We gathered from in the bar downstairs, the lobby area. They have like a little bar. They had some kind of a happy hour.
Okay, so I'm going to give everybody a good social media tip.
Tip from Chris.
How many people know how to write keyboard text replacement shortcuts on their iPhone? How to write that? I can. Expert. Okay, so here's what you do. You go into your settings here, and you go to General, and you go to Keyboard, and you go to Text Replacement. In Text Replacement, I have created a keyboard shortcut, which is 4 Fs in a row, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, yeah.
And when I do that, it types out hashtag FCPX Creative Summit, and then a bunch of other hashtags, so that when I'm doing a social media post, I just go boom, and I type 1, 2, 3, 4, and they all pop in.
I give you one more tip.
Better tweeting.
On shortcuts.
What's that?
One more time.
Exactly.
My email addresses are only shortcuts.
Yeah.
And I'm doing forums and stuff.
I'm BWI for Best Wishes comment.
BWI?
Yeah, Best Wishes in it. Like
They have-
every email I sign off with is
Oh,
BWI.
got it.
But you know that you can configure your signature. Right?
So I have 4 S's. Is 1, 2, 3, 4 is capital SL \CE for the company I work for.
Oh, okay.
Slice. So yeah, I use a bunch of them.
They have another program. Somebody heard about.
That was our little gathering last night in the lobby. There'll be another gathering tonight, I'm sure. There'll be, when I go downstairs today, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that are just coming in today because last night weren't there many people here. There weren't that many. So Jeremy Heberly says, for a while I know Netflix required the users to shoot on red, but I don't think that is the case any longer. They have cameras that they approve. As a matter of fact, the Panasonic S1H or whatever that new one is, the full frame one, has been added to the list. That's the first lower-end DSLR or mirrorless, whatever you want to call it, that's been added to the list. They have approved cameras that you have to use. I don't think they have a mandate that you have to use Avid or any other NLA. I don't think that's the case. I mean, it could be wrong. Netflix is big, of course. Apple TV, Apple TV Plus, they're spending a fortune on some of these things. But like that 1C about the people in the future that go blind, I don't think Apple demanded that be cut on Final Cut. I don't think so. At the studio, whoever developed it, they use what they want. But I think in the future they may suggest you use Final Cut Pro. Look, we don't know what's coming in 10.5. If 10.5 is released this week, wouldn't surprise me at all. And if it's previewed this week and coming out in 2020, that would also not surprise me. Hopefully we can talk about it. That's the main thing. We can talk about it because we don't know at this point if we can talk about anything. We never know till we get there. We get there, I don't care what the pre-press is about it. We get there, everything can change. They can say, don't worry about it, go ahead and post it. They can say, don't post it. We'll find out Friday afternoon what the deal is there. All right, so what else do we have? What else is going on? We have one more. I'm going to be heading out to get something to eat for breakfast this morning. I'm used to like a country breakfast a lot of times. I don't know where I can get one of those around here. Maybe downstairs in the bar room. Let me show you a picture of the bar. Let me see. Here's the bar itself. It's called the Parkview Bar. It's real nice. That's where we're going to be tonight. They're having the mixer, social mixer tonight, Thursday night. Everybody will be down there. They might have trivia contest. Chris Fenwick will be doing his best version of Jeff Greenberg. Something like that. They had trivia last year, trivia contest, but we'll find out later tonight. So today we're going to start at noon. They're going to do the key, some kind of an introductory, say welcome everybody. Then they have 2 or 3 sessions in the afternoon, and then they're going to have a keynote and then a social mixer tonight. So Rob Fisher says Chris posted some recommendations yesterday in the WhatsApp chat. You know, I'm not going to give WhatsApp my phone number. I remember last year they did this too, and they had to give me your phone number. I'm not giving them my phone number. There's been too many breaches and stuff. I'm not joining that. If I got to give them a phone number, I'm not. If I can give them an email address, I could do that. I'm not giving them my phone number. I don't. Google doesn't have it. Facebook doesn't have it. Twitter doesn't have it. I don't give it to any of those people. I signed up a long time ago. I don't trust them. I don't want them to have my phone number. I guess I could give them one of my other phone numbers. Maybe I'll do that. So hope you all enjoying these live streams. I got one more clip for everybody.
Oh, you were.
Talk about these second steps.
He has a selfie stick. I'm not kidding.
And he was showing to Steve.
He did.
One was there.
We're going somewhere.
Yeah.
Good.
Fine, yeah.
I don't know. So you're going.
Yeah, so there we go. So Rob says, I can send it to you another way if you'd like. That would be fine, Rob. If I don't have to give him my phone number, absolutely. You can do, let me see, do Richard at FCPRadio.com, and I'll check my email. Or you can send me a message, direct message on Twitter or whatever. That would be great if I can join without giving him my phone number. That would be fine. Then I would join. So anyway, I'll be doing some more filming today. I'll be filming all weekend, and I'll be, talking to people, chatting. I think the most in the news will obviously be tomorrow afternoon, unless the Mac Pro comes out today. It might come out today. It very well might, so we'll have to see. So I'm really enjoying let me see something here. I'm really enjoying my iPhone 11 Pro Max, absolutely enjoying it. Although I got it clean the lenses, I can see that right now. I got the 512 gigabyte version. I've only used like 60 gigabytes, something like that. Yeah, Rob. So if you can send me the information, I'll join it. But I'm not going to give him my phone number. That's for sure. They've already had a breach, right? WhatsApp already had a breach. I'm not going to give him my phone number. At least not my main phone number. I could maybe give him something else. I'll have to see how that works. So you guys got any more questions? That's going to be it for this morning. I'm going to finish getting ready. I'm an early riser. I'll probably hit the sack early again tonight and then get up early again tomorrow morning. We'll do another one of these. Typically I'm going to be doing one in the morning and then maybe one in the mid-afternoon. And if there's any breaking news, I'll come on live, whatever. This is more comfortable because I'm in my hotel room. I have the microphone up there. I have a light. I can sit down and relax. When I'm on the phone doing them live, I don't have the same control I do in the hotel room. But I can come up here. It's easy to come up here. That's one thing about the Final Cut Pro Creative Summit is everything's in one place. So far, it's in the Juniper. All the presentations are in the Juniper, except for the visit to Apple Park, of course. I'll be interested. we're going to go to the Apple Park Visitor Center. That was nice last year. They have all the swag there, all the T-shirts and stuff you can't get anywhere else. They have a very, very nice coffee shop. And we're getting some kind of a presentation there from the architects who designed the Spaceship Campus. So that'll be interesting as well. Then we get in the bus. Then we go back to Apple Campus. That's the first leg of the exciting part about the summit. We get a presentation from Apple. I'm hoping we can talk about that, but there's no guarantee we can. But I would never betray any information. If they say don't spread the information, they've already said they don't want bloggers and stuff posting things. So we'll see if that stays the same or if that changes once we get to Apple tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the big day for Final Cut Pro news, if there's any news that we can talk about. There's going to be news for us that are attending. I mean, look, this is not the Final FCPX Creative Summit is people sign up for this, they pay money for it. They got to have something special. The Apple presentation certainly is something special there. It's just for the attendees. The sessions are one thing, and they're actually going to be available this year, but you got to pay I think $400, $399, and I think they're going to be alive for a couple of months, 3 months, something like that afterwards. If you want to see those, they're having two tracks this year. In the past, they've had 2 or 3. Now they've narrowed it down to 2 tracks, so if you're not missing so much live, if you're going live. What else do we have? You have anything else? I think that's just about it for today. Here's where I'll probably be having breakfast today. This is the courtyard, and there's Le Boulanger, the breakfast place that I usually go. I don't know if it's the breakfast place, but it certainly is a breakfast place. It's really close. The Juniper's right there, and this is across the street, and there's the nice little water fountain and the traffic.
We're going to walk over to the Sprouts supermarket.
So I went to Sprouts yesterday, got my water, but it's a small grocery store, and you have to carry the 24-pack of water on my shoulder across the street through the crosswalk. But I got a 24-pack, so I have that because I do drink a lot of water when I'm here. So what do you guys think? What are you excited for about Final Cut? What do you think is going to happen? Do you think we're going to see 10.4? Do you think we're going to be able to talk about it? I mean, we're going to see something. We're going to see something. I wrote an article back on FCPX.tv back in August, and I said, look, they're going to probably release 10.4.7 to be compatible with Metal / Catalina, and then they're going to do a preview of 10.5. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Hopefully we can talk about it, though. If we see the preview, unless it's coming out in 6 months, they wouldn't want us to talk about it if it's coming out in 6 months because too much changes. But if it's coming out in December or 2020, or they release it today, who the heck knows? I mean, Apple does what the heck they want to do. Well, it's not Apple. It's Final Cut Pro Team. There's 2 different things. Apple's different. Apple corporate, people blend them all together, but they're not the same thing. I think there's things the Final Cut Pro Team, who are a great bunch of guys and gals, I think they would do things differently if they were allowed to. So Rob says, I've got mail. Thank you, Rob. I'll check it when I get off this chat. I appreciate that. So today's going to be a fun day as well. Camaraderie, some sessions, a couple of sessions. I think Steve Martin's doing a session. Everybody's doing a session. Ian Anderson, my 2 friends from Australia, Ian Anderson and Lee Herbert, are here. They're both doing sessions. Of course, Chris Fenwick's always been fun to be around. We've been friends for years and years and years. Podcast friends, if nothing else. So what do you all think? Leave some comments. Put some comments in before I get off here live. I'll go downstairs and I'm going to get like I said, something to eat, and I'll post some more pictures. So the places that you want to go, I didn't post this on FCPRadio yet. FCPRadio.com. I'll post it up there when I'm done. I'll post a link. But the main places Pierre Barry says, have a great day, Richard. Take care. Same to you, Pierre. The main places to go. I do this because it's important to know. So the most places that I post the most information is my Twitter account, twitter.com/RichardTaylorTV. The second place that I post pictures and pictures and stuff. Go to our Facebook group if you're on Facebook, facebook.com/groups/Final Cut Pro Radio. I post a lot of things there as well. Let me pull that up. I'll put it up there. Well, it's facebook.com/groups/Final Cut Pro Radio. And of course, this is all thanks to Future Media Concepts. We know that we got to thank them each year. So I got a comment on YouTube. Thanks you for all the videos. I've learned a lot also. Exactly. So I do tutorial videos, and they're typically the most popular. They get tens of thousands of views. I haven't done one for a while. These live videos get hundreds and hundreds of views. Some of them get over 1,000. We did a couple of these live videos with Australians, 2 different groups because we had so many of them, and they each got like 1,500 to 2,000 views. So that's nice. Although I can never figure out the time with the Australians because it's not at even. It's like 12 hours plus 2 hours or 3 hours. It's always messes me up. But I got a lot of friends over there in Australia. There's a lot of Final Cut pros over there in Australia. There's a whole bunch of them. Let me see this. I'll put it up. Pull this up there. Type book for the most up-to-date. For the most up-to-date information. I post more photographs there. I post more videos there than other things in other places. So that's where you want to go. Says, good morning. May I see the agenda? You can check the agenda out at FCPXCreativeSummit.com. That's where the agenda is. All right, everyone, I think I'm going to head out of here for this morning. I sure appreciate you all stopping by. If you enjoy these things, spread the word, let people know. So on Twitter, Richard Taylor TV, Facebook, CreativeSummit.com, go to FCPRadio.com. All these cool places. My name's Richard Taylor, if I hadn't said that yet. I'm your host here. We had our last Final Cut Pro Radio podcast over there on iTunes or FCPRadio.com with Michael Cioni. We got a comments. Had the broadcast say hi to Miles, to Mads and Ryan. Well, you just did. If they're watching, you just did say hi to them. All right, everyone. I think I'm going to head out of here now. Keep track of everything, FCPRadio.com. The next one will be number 6. This one's number 5. The next one will be number 6. And I'll probably get to that sometime around. I might be able to do a little bit of the keynote or whatever they have today. We'll see how that goes. Thanks, everyone, for stopping by. I will talk to you again.